Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our top stories today: a fire erupted at a residential building in Barsha Heights last night.
We'll also be talking about Pakistan versus Afghanistan, scenes that unfolded last night. Also, who won?
Who won? And the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Max is here. We have all of the latest on that.
And how you can be getting your kids active now that they're back to school at this really insanely amazing BR Performance Studios.
And do stay tuned because later in the show we have the man who's going around town. He is reviewing roast dinners.
Oh, wow.
And they're honest reviews. And he's got a list of all of them. So if you want the latest on roast dinner reviews in Dubai, stay tuned. We have Thomas O'Hara. But before we get into all of that,
happy Onam to you.
Thank you very much. Happy Onam to you.
Thank you so much.
I like your earrings.
I like yours. So they're called jhumkas, and it's like these staple earrings in India.
This one?
These ones, yeah.
Because I knew it was Onam, but I knew Taz, so a lot of Keralites in the office are celebrating. I had these earrings already. I can't remember why.
I think maybe for a Desi wedding or something you must have been to, but it's jhumkas. These are staple Indian. Huh? Didn't you go for your sister-in-law's wedding?
Oh, I was thinking India. Okay, Desi's all.
Yeah, Desi's like, yeah. So, I'll tell you, Onam, you guys, do you know a little bit about Onam?
I know there's lots of flowers.
Lots of flowers. So, it's the festival of harvest. And in India, we have lots of festivals. And this is a festival that's especially celebrated by Hindus in Kerala and Malayalis in Kerala. And basically, it's like a Hindu festival, but it's celebrated by Keralites of all religions, all castes, all creed. And it's overall like a citywide, yeah, like a Kerala-wide celebration.
Yeah.
Everyone gets involved, amazing celebrations, and it's just the food is brilliant. People dress up.
This is the dress, because I know a few people in our office are dressing up today, and I was like, well, I have to do. Bring me something I can wear.
So Taz got you that.
Love to dress to an occasion.
Looks
Don't we
so
all?
pretty.
Do you ever do that? Like whatever it is, I just want to be dressed the part.
Of course, and you look beautiful.
And it was so we said we're going to celebrate today, but it's a week long, or it's not necessarily specific to this day.
Yeah, so it's 10 days long, and it's when King Mahabali, okay, so it's the return and the homecoming of the great King Mahabali of the time, and they're celebrating just 10 days of that and the harvest, and a lot behind it. It's a lot more than what I'm saying now, but it's just a beautiful festival, and everyone comes together, and there's no no discrimination, no this is exclusive to one religion, nothing of that sort. It's just a big celebration. So yeah, happy Onam to all those celebrating.
Amazing. And also thank you to Taz for bringing this into me, and let the celebrations continue. Let's jump into our top story today. This broke last night, and Simran has the top details.
So a massive fire erupted at a residential building in Barsha Heights. Now the fire erupted on the 7th floor of Almir Tower, which is next to the Rami Rose Hotel in Barsha Heights, shortly after 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. So concerned authorities were on the scene, and a helicopter was dispatched around 9 p.m. And the scenes, like you can see in the footages next to us, are pretty scary.
Yeah, very scary. In a statement, Dubai Media Office said the tower was evacuated before the blaze managed to spread to other floors. So thankfully, no injuries were reported as of about 11 p.m. and investigations as to why it broke out are ongoing. So we don't have details on that right now. And of course, we were praying for all affected by the horrific blaze. I'm sure some homes were affected. So with that smoke damage, I know we got a lot of your videos. So as always, thank you for sharing them. And then to Dubai Media Office for letting us know about the quick action by civil defence, because that's always what you need, and they're the heroes that save us all in these blazes, so thank you to them.
Exactly. And of course, with any situation as such, just wait for official authorities to give you statements as to what happened, when it happened, and all of that information. Do not rely on WhatsApp forwards. Very important, because last night I think a lot of people in that area were panicked as to what's happening. So just wait for official sources to give you that information. But we'll move on to our next story now. Pakistan versus Afghanistan. A huge win for Pakistan at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium last night.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Simran and I had a little bit of a discussion. Pakistan versus India.
Yes, that's not
I was team
anymore.
Pakistan, Simran was team India, and then the loser of the was going to have to
finals. Those are the
I
finals.
don't think we said finals. I think we just said who got further. So Pakistan, congratulations, you're into the final. So potentially you're going to be wearing a Pakistani jersey on the show, Simran.
Honestly, I told you, it was the finals, but I don't mind, of course, wearing a Pakistani jersey. And it's interesting because Pakistan is going to be playing Sri Lanka now. I think they have hit it to the finals. I'm not sure. I'm not like that much of a cricket follower, but we'll get you the lowdown on that in a bit. But interesting, yesterday's match was a nail-biting one until the very last second because Pakistan won by one wicket. So here's the lowdown now. So Pakistan's win against Afghanistan during the Asia Cup 2022 tournament at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium on Wednesday night. But in the viral videos that you can see beside us, unhappy Afghani fans were not taking the defeat lightly, resulting in a tiff between the opposing sides along with some vandalism and violence. Also, the Asia Cup Super 4 game between Pakistan and Afghanistan on Wednesday night saw ugly scenes as players confronted each other and a mid-pitch fight almost broke out.
So it was actually, the incident took place when there was a send-off that happened on the pitch, almost came close to hitting one of the players with a bat. So there was a heat of the moment on the pitch itself. But of course, the umpires and the Afghani players came in to calm things down. So there were scenes on the pitch and off. But it looks like the Asia Cup is just continuing. There's more matches here in Dubai, so watch for those traffic updates because if you're driving in the area of the ICC when there's a cricket match on, just avoid the area. The RTA gives instructions at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
So that's what we had yesterday, instructions at like 11 a.m. to like avoid the Hess Street area on the way out to ICC at like, what is it, 3, 4, 5 p.m.?
Yeah, it starts around then. The traffic, yeah,
because you're just going to be met with massive traffic.
Exactly, use public transportation if you can, but I know it is convenient to use a car, of course, in this heat. But fans get so passionate during these matches, so it's just a big reminder, even seeing any viral footage like this and or seeing fan reactions, to remember good sportsmanship and remember it's just a game at the end of the day. They're players, it's a match, like nothing for people to get so riled up for. And respecting each other, respecting the country we're in, the rules, the regulations, the community, at the end of the day, we're all residents of the same country, regardless of our nationality. So just, keep that in mind. Yeah,
and I think there's been a lot of positive stories from the cricket, so long may those continue. It's amazing that the Asia Cup is able to be held here. Yeah. And we're, especially because, there's so many people who, how cool is it that you can celebrate your home country here in Dubai?
Yeah.
I wish Ireland was playing in some kind of match that I could go and watch in Dubai.
I'm sure they will.
Where are you, Ireland?
If not sports, there's river dance. We can support river dance.
Yeah, but it needs to be, well, I know, but it's like you go and support in a game, maybe, if there's any Irish team, there's probably Gaelic football. But how cool is it that the UAE, not only are we home to so many nationalities, but we also host these major sporting events. So whether it's like the F1, whether it's the boxing, whether it's something sporting related, you can support your home country. I think it's great. So long may the positivity continue on the pitch and off.
Those are all the sports we know anyway.
I think tennis,
golf,
yeah,
badminton,
basketball's a biggie.
Long jump, high jump,
athletics,
javelin.
Yeah, you're good.
Thanks. I'm thinking of all of my sports today, man.
CrossFit, rugby, who knows?
Rugby, yeah.
Speaking of more tech-minded information, your Instagram feed this morning, as ours, is probably filled with the news that the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max is here. And we're going to talk about it.
Ooh.
It's here. Big announcement in September. Silicon Valley is buzzing, and we have the details on it. So first of all, it's got an always-on display. It's the first ever 48 megapixel camera on iPhone. It's got crash detection, emergency SOS via satellite, which basically means it can detect that you're in a crash and call your emergency contacts if that's what you want. And it's got an innovative way to receive new notifications and activities with the dynamic island, which you're going to see a lot. Tech peeps are buzzing with the new launch, but is it worth your money?
That's interesting. If they can detect a crash, you wouldn't want to take your phone with you if you're on a roller coaster because it might detect that movement as a crash. No?
No, because I don't think it would have an impact.
Oh.
Roller coasters are smooth, but you don't actually go.
Oh, yeah, you're right, I guess. Yeah, interesting, but how they, like install these like amazing where technology is going. So the camera is improved and the battery is improved and the processor is faster. It comes in better colors, deep purple, silver, gold, and space black in 128 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB, and 1 terabyte storage capacities. Oh my God, 1 terabyte?
That's all we want in life.
Honestly, we needed 1 terabyte.
We needed the 1 terabyte. But the thing is, so this new launch, it doesn't look, apart from the fact that it's got new colors, which we love, it doesn't have kind of any massive fanfare like, oh, it's going to do this really cool thing. So as you said, the camera is better, amazing. It's very good on the iPhone 13. The battery life is longer, which is what you need, but it's good on the iPhone 13 as well. It'll start now. The best thing is it's starting at $799, which isn't cheap. That's for the iPhone 14. It's not actually more expensive, so they're not charging more. So that's one of the key things, that the price point hasn't gone up too much. But why should it? Because it's not. They're offering things that it's already got, just better.
Yeah.
Sometimes with these like big launches, you're waiting for like the aha moment. Like, this is the thing that you've been waiting for forever on your phone. We had that long discussion about things that we want on our phones before.
Yeah. I feel like this happens every 2 years, right? Like, for example, the game changer in iPhones was last year for iPhone 13. And now it's like enhancements. The next year is always enhancements. Then the year after will be the big changes. That's like what do you say? Like a routine? Not routine. It's their
schedule, so they can kind of take a chill.
Yeah,
this is like
Apple.
Their chill year, and next year.
What's the word when it's like a recurring thing? It's like a routine,
habit.
What's the word?
Tradition, agenda. Cheers, like method to the madness. I don't know if that's it.
I'm just gonna Google it, but yeah. Anyway, my point was like routine, pattern.
Are you buying it?
Oh my God.
Are you standing in line for this one? It's going to be available on September 9th. Available for pre-order. Is it something you want? I am a new-ish iPhone user. I was on Android for forever, and the first iPhone I've ever had was the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I have to say I love it. I really do love it. Yeah, the price point kills me, but I love it. However, when I first got it, what I was told at the beginning was amazing battery life, because the phone had just been released, and they're like, this is a long battery life, you'll never have to. I'm getting to the end of my day, so it lasts me a day, and I use my phone a lot. I guess not a huge amount. I suppose I use it a regular amount during the day because I'm usually on my laptop, but by the end of the day, my battery's gone. So you don't get the full day.
Yeah, I mean, like, it depends on your usage, I guess, right? No, I think for normal people who are not, like, so into their phones for their job, for them it might last long, because for me it lasts relatively okay.
You get to the end of the day without charging?
Depends on how much I use it. Like, if I'm using it constant, like, for a couple of hours non-stop, then that depends. Like, the battery depends on that.
Yeah.
But if I'm using it, like, normally throughout the day, I can last a full day without recharging my phone.
Yeah, so if I'm on holidays, not using my phone, it won't last. But essentially, our phones are meant to be like our second body. We use it for paying, we use it for photos. They want us to be using it for everything.
Yeah.
And then when I am using it for everything, it doesn't actually last.
Yeah, I have a couple of issues with my iPhone, I must say, so I have nothing to say about that. But one thing I'll say is that they have released iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro Max, Pro Max, all of that, right? But still, the covers for 13 Pro Max have not even like hit most of the shops yet, like most of the shops I go to, I'm like, I need an iPhone 13 Pro Max cover, and they're like, we have iPhone 13 Pro but not 13 Pro Max
in the store.
In the stores, like a lot of them don't have the covers, and they're out with a new iPhone. Like, fix the cover situation first.
This is what we spoke about before. We're like, it's one of the best phones on the market.
Yeah.
Sure, get your cover game up. And we're talking about, like, it comes in these cool colors. It's like deep purple, silver, gold. Most people, who respect the fact that technology can break are going to cover it with a cover to protect it. And if you don't use a phone cover, you're living on the wild side.
Wild.
But most people will cover with the cover, so level up your cover game.
Living life on the edge.
Sparkles?
No, it's ridiculous.
When is Apple going to come up with the phone chain?
Oh yeah, Apple, come on, up your game. No, before phone chain, there was also like a phone holder. They didn't even have that. Like, I don't know what's Apple. Anyway, but I'll say something, you guys. If you're not protecting your phone, you're just not. You're risking your money.
Can't be in our WhatsApp groups. You're different people to us.
Yeah.
Let's jump into our next story. An 18 million dirham moon project could be coming to Dubai. Let's get this out to you quickly. It could happen in 2027. The photos are extraordinary. If you've ever wanted to go to the moon, no need. Dubai is bringing it to you. It's a new project announced by Moon Resorts, and it's mystifying people with incredible photos. So looking like a snow globe, but resembling the moon, the major project would, if it goes ahead, will boast a nightclub, an event center, luxury residences, and it stands at 224 meters tall.
So both the UAE and China are the top contenders to take on the project, the architectural dream, along with the Moon Resorts. And if Dubai gets the go-ahead, we might see this up and running by 2027. And that is incredible.
It's so cool.
We have spoken about this before, shared like a lot of visuals of what it may look like from the inside, the outside, and it is literally a game changer when it comes to architecture.
Let's just see if it goes ahead. I feel like there's a lot of kind of projects up and running that could come in Dubai, and I think people, they look at Dubai as a place that they can get these projects over the line.
Yeah.
So I think they initially were looking at Vegas for this. Now they're looking at between China and Dubai, and the incredible visuals look amazing. Whether or not it's going to go ahead, let's wait and see.
I really hope so, because with Expo we got a glimpse of how different and unique we can go with architectural designs, and now it's time to start implementing it on a bigger scale, because done are the days of just vertical buildings. Now we want moons. We want to live inside Mars-shaped residential.
All we want. All we want.
All we want. But we move on to our next story. Get your kids active at BR Performance Studios. Now, with summer coming to an end, it's time to get back into your routines, and especially with the weather finally cooling off, it's time for the kids to go out and play, and BR Performance Studios are here to assist you with just that.
They have unveiled a junior triathletes academy, and if you want to get your kids into swim, bike and run all in one destination, this is the place to do it. So as you guys know, they are BR Performance. They're a performance and fitness center here to get your kids into thinking, make your 1% better every day. So whether they're looking to set up their athletic performance, overall general fitness, the team of professional coaches and community of like-minded athletes, they'll do mentorship for your kids, and they'll just basically get your kids involved in triathlon from a ground level up.
Exactly. So they've got it all, from swimming to running, cycling, and much, much more, all under one roof. And for the kids who sign up during the trial week, they get a 10% discount.
Exactly. So run, because the trial week is happening right now. The venue is out right beside the Maidan track. So the older kids will get out cycling there. They've obviously got the pool set up, and it's a place to do all of swim, bike, run. And the tri community in Dubai is phenomenal. Speaking of active groups and building community, they are all in on that. So getting the kids involved from a young age. I think they start from maybe 8 or 9 up to teenage years. They do the fundamentals, they look at performance, and it's really kind of building athletes from a young age. We talk about habit building and what we wish that we had started from a younger age, and getting excited about sports is one of those things. And at this place, they're doing it at a professional level. So it's Junior Triathletes Academy with BR Performance. And if you're interested, you can get that 10% discount, and the kids can trial classes right now.
Woof! Wow, that's so good for the kids, and it teaches them discipline. At the end of the day, that's what you want to instill in kids from a very young age, because then they grow up otherwise they grow up to be people like me, no discipline, eats, sleeps.
You do have
repeats.
discipline. You get to work every day. You get your work.
People
are disciplined in different places. It's
adulting.
Not. You work hard. People are disciplined in different parts of life. You're disciplined at your work, and therefore you're potentially not disciplined in your private life. That's fine.
Fitness, it's like a minus, and my parents, they took me to all these classes. Nothing stuck. I just feel like the academy makes a difference.
Maybe if you had swimming, cycling, and running, all under one roof.
Yeah,
Maybe.
possibly.
Guys, I'm so excited for our next guest. Our next guest is the man behind the Yorkshire pudding. He reviews roast dinners in Dubai. Thomas O'Hara is going to be with us right after this. And that was Simran's shoe falling off. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. We have the man behind the Yorkshire pudding, Dubai's Sunday roast review. So our guest today is a foodie who's taken upon himself to review roast dinners all over Dubai and filter out the best so you don't have to under the social handle, the Yorkshire pudding. Welcome to the show, Thomas O'Hara.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not at all. Thank you for coming.
Welcome, welcome. So you go around reviewing Yorkshire puddings like we all know, but do you make them yourself?
Okay, so I was afraid you were going to ask this question. There's a bit of irony where I can't actually cook. So there's a bit of ironic in me going around criticising
your judgment.
cooks. Yeah, but I mean, I'm an experienced eater. So I've got credentials, and obviously I've done a high number of them.
You've done a lot.
Yeah, I'm well experienced.
How many have you reviewed in Dubai?
So I've done 64 different places.
Wow.
And I've done 10 of them again. So about 74.
I love that.
Done a couple in the UK, so obviously Toby Carvey, classic. My mother's, which
She's not top of your list.
she's in the stream, so yeah. Welcome. You're up early. I reviewed hers last Christmas, which went down fairly well. Yeah, and say I'm trying to get to 100 by say the next 2 years.
Are there that many in Dubai?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
guys,
got a to-do list.
what is a Yorkshire pudding? If you could
And
just
a roast
tell
dinner.
us, people that not really sure about Yorkshire pudding.
It's just like a pastry shaped in like a bowl sense. And it's just something that's created in Yorkshire, where I'm from. It's just kind of the main part of the meal, which gets the highest criticism most places can't do them well, unfortunately. Not going to give any names out.
Well, give us the names.
Not sure if I can.
Oh. Wow.
You can see it on the reviews. You can see which one
place.
So the best place is Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a pricey one.
It is, and most people haven't been to it. And so I've been there 3 times over the last 2 years since I've been in Dubai, and it's been consistently well. People disagree, but everyone disagrees about all of them. So.
This is the thing. Can we just, so when we were planning this interview, Simran was like, Yorkshire pudding, roast dinners, they sound really fancy. And I was kind of like, they're not, they're very much like staple dinner. So for people who don't really get the Yorkshire pudding roast dinner thing, can you just explain like why that is part of like, I guess, English, Irish culture?
I mean, to us who only eat McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
So we don't know the fancy food.
It's not fancy, it's staple. In Dubai, it's fancy. Hell's Kitchen is fancy.
Yeah, I say there's some very fancy ones, yeah, compared to what you get in the UK. So Toby Carve is kind of my average UK roast. And so there's a lot more better ones than that here. Yeah, it's just arguably the most traditional British meal. Traditional on a Sunday, you have it with your family. Kind of like a family meal that you have on a Sunday in the UK. So your whole family get together, make it, cook it. Well, not me, my family and other families. Or you go out to a restaurant, and because obviously it's such a popular dish, every pub in my local town anyway serves one. Every pub that I go to serves one.
So you have vegetarian roast dinners?
There is some. I don't personally have them, but there is a few in Dubai.
Yeah,
you're missing out.
There's vegan ones as well somewhere. I think
where?
The Scene.
The Scene?
Pier 7 has that.
Yeah, there's a couple.
There's a couple, yeah. I've been asked to find them, but it's not my specialty. I like to go as many meats as possible.
It could be you're just like, no.
I go for as many meats as possible and try to get the full experience.
What is on, just to really like clarify, what's on a roast dinner plate? Like, what do you expect to see when you go out?
So obviously Yorkshire pudding, which is the main bit. Second best, obviously gravy.
Yeah.
Lots of it. Has to be thick. Has to be meaty.
Oh yeah, because it like soaks up everything.
I think
she's a fan. Clearly, she's a fan.
Everyone's a fan of roast dinners.
You above all.
That's probably the least consistent part of the meal that places get wrong is the gravy. Most places do it too thin all the time. Roast potatoes, probably third, I'd say. Then the meat, and then the sides like veg and cauliflower cheese and extra special side that some places do have stuffing.
That's my favorite.
Which one?
The vegetable part.
We need to go for a roast dinner.
Okay,
that's it.
Sounds like a plan. But I wanted to ask you, so before the show, I told you that we're going to be drilling you. And you're like, your fans drill you. Not fans, your followers drill you on a daily basis. What do they drill you about? Or on?
Mainly, it's people giving their opinions on what they think is the best, and they can't believe I've rated it so high and or so low. But I think I've had criticism about every single roast dinner that I've been to. So,
from Dubai people?
Yeah, millions.
To your DMs?
Yeah, just, I can't believe this is number 2. I can't believe you rated this 9 out of 10. This looks shocking. How have you rated? These look terrible. And
people really care because it's like you want a quality one, right?
And the thing is, it seems to be different every time people go to the restaurants.
Yeah.
So I say I've had fantastic experiences at Hell's Kitchen, and some people have been and had bad ones, and people have had bad experiences at all places. I've had bad experiences at some high places.
So food is so subjective.
Yeah, it depends on the chef on the day and who's cooking and how good the quality is. But that's the main thing, is people just giving their opinion. Like, well, my page is my opinion, based on my visit. So
and
you might have been on a better day.
We have to ask, are you paying for these yourself?
Yeah, I am.
Paying for them himself, and they're all honest reviews.
I've had a couple of places offer me a free one, but I'm going to try and stop that now because I'm trying to up my number from 64. So I've had a few places reach out to me, say we've had a new roast dinner, we've had a new menu, come try it out, put something on your page. But I'm completely biased. No, completely unbiased. Sorry.
Unbiased, yeah.
People think I am biased because I say, oh, you're getting paid, you obviously rank it higher, but that's not the case, no.
Okay, so let's look at, I think this list is a little bit old because I think this was your July list. So he's got 40, if you ever want to run through all of the places, it's the Yorkshire Pudding on Instagram. So correct me if I'm wrong, but at number 5 you had Bread Street Kitchen. Gordon Ramsay features in your top twice.
Yeah, that's a bit out of date. London Project went down to 3rd, unfortunately.
So London Project surprises me as a top 5 contender. I just wouldn't have thought that they're going to have a good roast.
How? Can I slag them? So when I went the first time, as I say, most of my colleagues know who, they had a beef Wellington on the menu, which was unbelievable. And that's why they were number 1, because it was unbelievable, that beef Wellington.
That is a fancy one.
The 1 week after I went there, they took it off. So I've gone round all my friends, family saying, go here, this is amazing, beef Wellington, it's unbelievable. And nobody else had it because they took it off straight away. So I've had a lot of colleagues go and say, like, I can't believe you ranked it number 1, it was shocking. I'm like, oh,
but that's weird how they just remove something from the menu overnight and introduce something. That's strange, no? And that too, like, if you have a feeling it's going to pick up, why remove it?
Yeah, I mean, it got number 1 for that reason, and then they took it off. So I don't know if it was my review or some other opinion that took it off. But I was a bit good because I think 10 of my colleagues have been since I went. And
looking for it because it's such a high feature. So you hear that?
My credibility's gone downhill.
London Project, you were rated very, very highly for your beef Wellington, and now it's not on the menu. Yeah. So we have London Project, Hell's Kitchen, Duck Hook, Marina Social, Bread Street Kitchen. Is there anyone else you wanna highlight there as a good roast?
I'll say since that list, Hell's Kitchen went back to number 1, and The Scene went to number 2 after their new menu. So they did very well.
Very English places.
Oh, yes. It sounds expensive.
This is what?
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I mean,
it is.
Another criticism I get is most people say, oh, this place is such good value for money, why is it not ranked higher? But I don't base it on price, I base it on quality.
This place is good value for money, why is it not ranked higher? Yeah. But I like that you base it entirely on quality because it's like...
That's how it should be.
You want something that's just really, it's like a Sunday, a comfort, tradition, and you want the best of the best.
I guess. But, you know, sometimes you want to look for the budget-friendly places as well. So do you feature them? As,
I've been to most places in Dubai, and I've been to all the ones that offer good offers. Like 2-for-1s.
Which area in Dubai specifically do you think has, like the majority of the restaurants in that area have good Yorkshire and good roasts?
Well, 2 of the top 3 are in Blue Waters.
Okay.
So that's Hell's Kitchen and London Project. Barsha Heights is a couple.
Of course.
Oh, I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think of all 64 places.
That's where we thought we would go.
Marina's got a few places around. Marina Social, that's really good as well. Obviously, Duck Hook's quite far away compared to here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're scattered all over, and I've got about 30 to 40 more places to try. So I will get to 100.
This is cool, and we will be watching, and I know anyone who loves a Sunday roast, guys, please follow the Yorkshire Pudding, because who doesn't want an honest review? Now, before, we have a little game to play with you, but before we get into it, can we just congratulate you and say thank you for being probably the most snazzily dressed interview guest that we've had, because look what you've done. Is this for us, or is this...
Will it show?
Yeah.
Oh,
the logo on
We're
the
branded.
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially for this show.
Actually? No.
Just about to say it.
Why especially for the show? If it was especially for the show, it would say Lovin Dubai as well, right?
Oh. I'll go back to my tailor.
Yeah, we'll talk. Okay, so guys, we are going to play a game called Rate These Roasts with the man behind the Yorkshire Pudding account. We're going to show you videos, pictures of roast. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see it. If you're watching on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, you can see it. Instagram, as you know, you're behind the scenes, so you can't see our assets. Get onto Facebook now, I urge you. Okay, so the first roast dinner,
am I allowed to look on?
Yeah, that we would like you to rate is this one. And tell us why. In your professional opinion.
Looks really good.
It looks around us. I don't know. Well, I've got to be honest, haven't I? So I'd put it looks around a 7 out of 10 to me. Yorkshire puddings look like the Aunt Bessie ones that you get, so I feel like it'd be very crunchy and not freshly made. I'm not sure what this white sauce is. I'm guessing that's like cauliflower cheese sauce over the top.
That's cauliflower.
Roasted look good.
What do you think of the meat?
Oh, we're not looking at the same picture.
I'm guessing that's maybe turkey or pork. It's covered in the sauce. I can't really.
Interesting.
So we're giving it a 7.
Yeah, I'd give it a
7. Solid. Rate these roasties.
Yeah, they look good.
I'm just gonna say
I'd say bad. I reckon it'll be at least an 8.5.
Why do you think they look bad?
What is that?
Grease and oil.
Maybe not these two at the top because they're a little bit burnt at the top.
But what is it? A potato?
Yeah.
Potato?
It's a roast potato.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it got a good crisp on that. not, let's say the top two are a bit too burnt, but
Are
the
you
rest of
about
them
it? You like a crispy potato?
yeah, it has to have a little bit of crisp on it, but obviously not too much. And they're very hard to perfect as well.
That looks good.
I don't know what's going on in this.
Fans of my page will know exactly what I'm about to say straight away. Yorkshire pudding looks like a muffin, which doesn't go down well with me.
No.
I like them round, big, inflated.
We didn't think that looks good either.
The meat looks good, yeah.
Okay. It does
It's
look
covered
good,
in
yeah.
gravy and a bit of seasoning. Roast potato looks good, yeah.
Yeah, it does
Sides
look
there
good.
at the top, just getting in the picture.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, apart from the Yorkshire pudding, yeah. Yeah, probably about 7.5 or 8.
7.5.
Depending on how good that Yorkshire pudding actually tastes.
Oh,
Oh,
what is that?
a lot of apple sauce. Must be some kind of turkey dish. Is that the Yorkshire pudding in a minute? Is that just a cut
It
up
looks
Yorkshire
like
pudding?
mashed food.
Just based on all the apple sauces around it, it's probably around a 6.
So, okay, now we're moving on to the next. So I got a 6. It's quite low.
Oh, okay, sorry. No.
That was good. We're moving on to the next one, and this is it.
Nice. Carrots.
Well, I can't say Yorkshire pudding. Or some.
No.
What is
No.
that? Mushroom?
That's already minus 3 or 4 off the 10.
No, minus.
Unfortunately, you got to have the Yorkshire pudding on. Well, it's not a roast dinner. It looks similar to the one that I actually tried to make years ago. The only one I tried to make. Roasties look good. Yeah.
Thoughts on
Slight
the carrots?
crisp. Yeah, just normal carrots. I do like a honey glazed carrot, to be fair, when I go out. I think that's when it gets more fancy, when you go out and you have a honey glazed carrot. Yeah, it looks decent. I'm guessing that's chicken.
You changed your opinion twice now. You just gave it a minus and you said it looks decent.
No, so like 10 minus 4, so down to 6 because
I
there's
normally
no...
work backwards. I start at the 10, I'm like, right, what can I deduct?
That's a positive way to
If
start.
there's no Yorkshire pudding, I can't even give it a 6.
Okay,
I can't
question.
give it a 6.
If you had a dog, what would you
That's
name
it.
it?
A dog?
Yeah. Yorkie?
Yeah.
Yorkshire?
Got that, yeah.
Puds?
Yorkshire pud? Yeah.
Pudding?
Pudding?
The puds? Yorkshire pud?
Roasty? Anyway.
Okay, well, thank you for your professional opinion on that, and thank you for
My pleasure.
your list, because it's going to plan my roast season.
Yeah, good.
Love it. Guys, that is Thomas O'Hara, the man behind the Yorkshire Pudding on Instagram. If you want to reach out and give him your opinions on roast dinners, he's
Please
here
do.
for it. Do you like getting those responses?
Oh, I love it. It's highlight of my weekend, yeah. I work hard all week and then I try to relax at the weekend, and it's nice just having a bit of